Missing Michael Vaughan. Only the facts. Always for Michael. Part 3.
Come on!
I like looking at the moon. Oh, you're getting a picture of the moon?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're getting a video of the moon?
Video. You were so excited. All right, time for bed now.
But I still want to look at some stars. How about if we do a line of a pattern with the stars and maybe we can shape something? What is that called?
Astrology.
Astrology, right. So let's do astrology. So
In the small town of Fruitland, Idaho, nestled near the beautiful Snake and Payette rivers, Michael Joseph Vaughan was born on June 24th, 2016. His parents, Tyler Vaughan and Brandy Neal, lovingly called him Monkey because he was so playful and energetic. Fruitland is known as the Big Apple of Idaho and sits on U.S. Route 95. It's about 50 miles west of Boise and has a population of over 4,500 people. The town is famous for its apple orchards and has a close-knit community feel. Fast forward to a warm day in July 2021 when Brandy was looking forward to spending time with her family after a busy work week. She promised Michael they'd have a fun evening together, but things took a scary turn. While Brandy was at work, Michael was at home with his father, Tyler, playing video games. Tyler was also taking care of Michael's other siblings and his baby sister, who they called Buggy. They were even planning to have pizza for dinner. When Brandy checked in later, everything seemed normal. But as the hours passed, Tyler couldn't find Michael anywhere. Panic set in, and Brandy rushed home to help search. The police were already looking for Michael. People in the neighborhood searched everywhere, hoping to find Michael safe and sound. But despite their efforts, they couldn't find him. The police checked cameras and listened to tips, but Michael was still missing. Months went by, and everyone kept searching for Michael. His family and the whole town stayed hopeful, putting up posters and praying for his safe return.
The feeling was that he may have wandered, but I didn't believe that. I didn't believe that.
Today, what do you think?
I believe my son has been abducted. I believe somebody took him.
By November 2021, the police thought something bad may have happened.
And due to the fact that we've conducted multiple searches using every tool available to us with no success, it increases the possibility that Michael was abducted.
After further investigation, Michael's family was not a focus of the investigation, even though they didn't have answers. Michael's family and the town didn't give up hope. If anyone knows anything about where Michael is, they can call the police department. They can even give tips anonymously. Everyone wants to bring Michael home safely. November 18th, 2021 press conference.
The search for Michael will not stop until he's found, and the search remains very active. As I've said to the public, the effort may look a little bit different from time to time, but those of us in law enforcement leading the search and the investigation, Michael's on the top of our mind. He's our top priority, and finding him is an intense daily part of our lives. Michael Joseph Vaughan was last seen near his residence on Southwest 9th Street at approximately 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. The first missing and endangered child alert went out at 8:20 p.m. with 4 different alerts to email, phone calls, text messages being issued to the area residents until 11:20 p.m. that night. Michael's image and information went out to law enforcement nationwide and a database called the National Center for the National Crime Information Center, and Michael has also been entered in the State of Idaho Missing Person Clearinghouse. From the time of notification, an exhaustive search effort and criminal investigation began simultaneously. So our ground searches are based on the highest probability that Michael may have wandered off, potentially gotten hurt, stuck in an irrigation ditch, a swimming pool, an outbuilding, an old appliance, a junk vehicle, anywhere a 50-pound curious boy could hide himself. We wanted to make sure that all the ground within a 1 to 2 mile radius from Southwest 9th Street, where Michael lives, has been searched by residential homeowners, professional searchers, law enforcement, and specifically trained canines. And not just one of these groups, but by all of these groups. As such, we've been conducting these searches continuously, even up to this week. On Monday of this week, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue with specialty canines and the Fruitland Police Department conducted searches in the front and backyards of nearly all the homes on Southwest 9th Street, as well as another large acreage off of Northwest 1st Street in between Nevada and Highway 95. On Tuesday, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue with their specialty canines, with the Fruitland Police Department, the Idaho State Police, who had a drone in the air, and the FBI, we methodically searched the farm ground to the southeast and southwest of Southwest 9th Street. Combined, we searched close to 1,000 acres this week. Why would we continue to search areas that have been searched multiple times before? Well, because we haven't found Michael yet, and conditions change. So further, you can imagine going home every night as a law enforcement officer wondering, did we miss something during that search? Michael, Brandy, and Tyler and the community continues to count on us to keep up the search, and that is why we continue to search. And I've said from the beginning that as long as those resources are available, we will continue to ask for them. Remember that a criminal investigation, that happened at the same time of notification as the time that Michael went missing. And due to the fact that we've conducted multiple searches using every tool available to us with no success, it increases the possibility that Michael was abducted. From the beginning until we find Michael, we're considering every possibility and following up on every lead developed, every tip that comes in, and the total number of tips that we've received to date is over 557. The majority of those tips have been cleared by investigation. The others are currently being worked on. Word of our search has gone worldwide, and tips on where he might be have come in from literally around the globe. Thanks to resources available to us again, every tip, regardless of how many miles away, is going to be followed up on. We're committed, and we work together to support each other. Every day we come to work, we work through the exhaustion. For investigators, there's always highs and lows. Each day we go through these highs and lows, and but what I can tell you is, I can tell you with certainty that the Fruitland Police Department and our law enforcement partners are using every resource available, and will continue to look into every possibility until we know exactly what happened. We're steadfast in our commitment to bringing Michael home safely. We also want to emphasize Michael's family, who continues to be fully cooperative, working closely with us on almost a daily basis. We ask the community to continue to respect their privacy. As for the reward for Michael, the reward for Michael's safe return remains in effect, and it's increased. The amount is increased to $50,100, and that's for anyone having information leading to the safe return of Michael, and that'll be available until March 31st, 2022. I should also note that Michael's family has made considerable contributions to this reward fund.
Everyone, I want to thank you for all being here today. My name is Brandy Neal, and I am Michael Joseph Vaughan's mama. I am here before all of you today on behalf of my family to speak about Michael. As much and everyone in our family wants to be up here in front of all of you today, I am here to speak on all of our behalf. I am here to ask you all, I'm here to ask you, please for your help. I am here to ask you to please keep Michael's face, his name, and his story in every one of your hearts, your eyes, and your minds. It has been 115 days. 115 days. He has not been home. And we need every one of you. I need you. I need your help to bring my baby home. I need you to see his beautiful smile. I need you to see how happy he is. That smile was one of our most favorite camping trips. He got to see his first beaver dam, and he got to catch so many frogs that day, and he was so excited. His beautiful blue eyes. He was so happy that day because I promised we would go get ice cream cones. And he laughed so hard because his baby sister got to have her first ice cream cone, and it was everywhere. We got to play at the park that whole day. It was warm, it was sunny, and we played catch. We played football until it got dark. I need you. I need your help, please. I need you to know how much Michael is loved. I need you to know how much he is missed. Our family is broken without him. We miss his laughs, his smiles. We miss his hugs. I need you to know he is such a sweet, fun, exciting little boy. He brings such joy and love to our family and everyone that he knows and that knows him. Michael has a laugh that is beyond contagious. You can't help but smile and laugh when you hear his laugh. We need him home. I am asking for your help. I am asking for everyone's help. Please, please, if you know anything at all, if you know something, please, I am begging. This is my baby. This is my son. I need him home. I want him home. Please, I need your help to bring him home. I want to thank all of the community and the extended communities and everyone who continues to keep Michael in your thoughts, in your prayers, and in your eyes. Please keep sharing his picture. Please, any information to help bring my son home. I want to thank the Fruitland Police Department, the state, FBI. I want to thank all of them for their continued support. They have become family, and they are his son too. So please, please, please help me. Please help me bring my baby home. Please keep us all in your prayers.
December 3rd, 2021.
Missing 5-year-old Michael Vaughan from Fruitland. Police say nothing has been ruled out, and the likelihood this case is possible abduction increases each day. Our Tristan Lewis joins us now with more about what partnering agencies are providing to the case. Tristan.
Shira, numerous agencies locally and out of the state are working with Fruitland PD to find Michael, from Idaho State Police to the FBI, each making it clear their mission is to recover Michael and bring him home. After months of searches and sharing his face and name, the question still remains: where is 5-year-old Michael Vaughan?
It's been surprising to me that this case has not gotten more national attention.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has been following Michael's case since he went missing on July 27th. In 2020, the Center for Missing and Exploited Children was able to resolve more than 27,000 missing children cases. More than 1,100 of those were abductions.
And due to the fact that we've conducted multiple searches using every tool available to us with no success, it increases the possibility that Michael was abducted.
Even with the heightened possibility Michael has been abducted and still missing 4 months later, the center says communities cannot give up hope.
We always want to remind people that it is important to stay vigilant in these types of cases, because more time goes on, the less and less attention a case like this gets.
A big part of what the center does is make sure missing children's stories are not forgotten. They go on national media programs, share images and details on social media, and more to reach new people.
Because at this point, police, that's what they're relying on, is help from the public.
They believe law enforcement in the case are doing a good job of encouraging people to reach out and send information if they've seen or heard anything in regard to Michael. But they don't believe that's enough.
I would like to see this case get more national attention, because if this child was indeed abducted, who knows where this child is now? The child may be nowhere near Fruitland. It's important to make sure that everybody's looking for Michael, no matter where they live.
And I reached out to Fruitland Police, and they tell me they are still working to identify that white Honda Pilot and a man with a dark hair wearing a white t-shirt and black shorts that were in the area the time Michael disappeared. They are not considered suspects, but police want to talk with them about what they may have seen or know. And Shira, this again continues to be an ongoing investigation by Fruitland Police.
I know the community isn't giving up hope, so thank you for keeping us updated.
December 22nd, 2021.
It's been nearly 5 months since little Michael Vaughan, a 5-year-old boy from Fruitland, was first reported missing. Search efforts and investigations into where he could be, might be, continue.
Tonight, his mother, speaking to us tonight, believes her son was abducted and is asking that he will be returned safely home.
She sat down with our Tristan Lewis for the first time. And Tristan, you've been on this story since it first broke back in the summer, and she says she is not giving up hope.
Yeah, Mark and Kim, Michael's mother, Brandy Neal, says pure panic and fear is what went through her mind when she found out Michael was missing. And while she and her family are working to be more present, there is not a moment that goes by she does not think of him.
The detective and the captain brought this over yesterday.
Generosity is something Brandy Neal and her family have seen a lot of in the past few months.
We always put the Christmas tree up as a family and decorate it together. It's always something we do, and talking with the older kids day before yesterday. We weren't going to put it up this year.
A donated Christmas tree from Fruitland High School students on Tuesday, decorated with ornaments. Another act of kindness from a community shaken by the disappearance.
And so this was a blessing.
A blessing, but what she is really looking for is a clue to what happened to her son.
I don't even know how to explain how you do it every day, how you keep going, but you can't give up, you have to try.
Michael Vaughan has been reported missing since July 27th. Brandy was at her job that day, and Michael's father, Tyler Vaughan, was watching the kids. She was scheduled to work until 9 that night. She got a call at 7:04 p.m.
Tyler said he couldn't find Michael. He was screaming for him, and I could hear the fear in his voice, and I froze at the moment. My coworker saw me, and it's like, go. And I ran, I grabbed my purse, and I drove as fast as I could here.
Pulling into her neighborhood that night, she saw police and neighbors everywhere, shouting and searching for Michael.
It's a blur because it was all so much, but there were people still out in the fields at 4 o'clock in the morning, community members, because we didn't leave outside for months.
Although Brandy describes Michael as a friendly and curious boy, she says he rarely wandered off outside by himself. And the few times he did, it was never farther than the end of their street.
The feeling was that he may have wandered, but I didn't believe that. I didn't believe that.
Today, what do you think?
I believe my son has been abducted. I believe somebody took him.
Not a second goes by Brandy does not think about Michael. Even those few moments she's enjoying time with her family or watching her other kids' activities at school, she said she feels some guilt.
There was some jokes made, and I got very emotional. And my beautiful daughter, Mama, it's okay not to live in sadness all the time. Like, she told me that, she's like, it's not good for us to live in sadness all the time. And she's right. And she said, it's not that you're not thinking about him, and we're not thinking about him, but we gotta try, Mama. I said, okay.
While she tries to live in the present more, her desire to find Michael stays just as strong. She continues to ask everyone to continue to share Michael's story.
Because somebody has to know something. Somebody has to have seen something. And you just try to keep pushing forward.
Brandy and her family thank everyone who has been there for them throughout the past few months, and she says they continue working with the Fruitland Police Department, who, she says, at this time has become more like family to her. And Mark and Kim, getting Michael's name and picture out there nationwide is what she's working to accomplish. Anyone with any information, again, is asked to contact the Fruitland Police Department.
It's heartbreaking, and I know so many people right now are praying to give her strength and her family strength as she's going through this. It's just so difficult to hear.
Unthinkable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tristan.
Nobody's going to give up hope for sure.
Tristan, thank you.
December 24th, 2021. As the search for missing 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan surpasses 150 days, the Fruitland Police Department reminded the community this week to keep him in their thoughts, both in their own lives and as they gather to celebrate the holidays with their families. According to an update posted to the community on its Facebook page on December 22nd, the department has received 738 leads in its ongoing search. The update reads in part, the Fruitland Police Department, with the assistance of the Idaho State Police and the FBI, continue to search for missing 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan. Our efforts over the last few weeks have included more ground searches in a remote forested area north of Weiser. Investigators continue to work every lead that comes in. Post expresses the department's gratitude to the community for their support in its monumental task of searching for Michael. As most of us prepare to spend a Christmas holiday gathered at a table with family and friends, we ask you to keep those who are unable to gather in your prayers, specifically 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan. There will be an empty seat at his family's table, and for many of us in the community, an empty place in our hearts until Michael comes home. It also reminds the community to be grateful for the things they have now. May this Christmas be a time we focus on our blessings and remember the greatness of a community is measured by the compassion of its members. Have a Merry Christmas. An outpouring of support can be observed in the comments section of the department's post. Our family is forever grateful for the Fruitland Police Department, Idaho State Police, and the FBI for their continued support and efforts to bring Michael home, wrote Brandy Neal, Michael's mother. As I have said before, they have become family as well as the community. As you keep Michael and our family in your thoughts and prayers, please keep these amazing officers and agencies in your prayers as well. Their hearts are heavy as ours. Sharon Sherwood wrote, "This is still so unbelievably heartbreaking. Nobody should have to go through this. Christmas is going to be so hard for his family." Terry McCoy added, "Prayers for everyone, and may God please bring Michael home Fruitland with the help of all this community and police force." A reward fund established for information leading to the safe recovery of Michael now stands at $52,206 and is available until March 31st. December 24th, 2021.
Tonight, family, friends, and the community in Fruitland gathered to hold a candlelight vigil for missing 5-year-old Michael Vaughan. Now, Michael, also affectionately known as Monkey, has been missing since July, and our Andrew Bartline was at that vigil. Andrew, how was the turnout, and did the family have anything to say?
They did, Sharon. We'll get to that in a moment. There was around 50 people gathered at the Fruitland City Park, just blocks away from where Michael Vaughan was last seen in late July. The crowd lit candles, joined in song, and the vigil opened in a prayer for Michael and his family. The prayer asked for Michael's safe return home and to bless the family as they push through these holidays without Michael. Michael's mother, Brandy Neal, shared a few words for people in attendance. She thanked the police and community members for their continued efforts to look for her son, and she also took a moment to speak directly to her son, Michael, as well.
We will never give up hope, my love. We are here to help light your way home. Not a single one of us will ever give up until you are home safe. And you will come home. And we will not stop. And none of us will stop until you come home. And we love you so much. And we all miss you so much. And we won't stop. I promise. We pinky promise, baby. We pinky promise we will never stop, please.
Michael's family continues to ask people to keep sharing Michael's picture and to keep talking about their missing son. They want his picture to be everywhere in hopes of keeping awareness high and potentially opening up a lead that brings Michael back home safely. The reward for providing information that leads to Michael's safe return is now more than $52,000.
Michael Joseph Vaughan, known affectionately as Monkey, was 5 years old when he was last seen on July 27th, 2021, in Fruitland, Idaho. At the time of his disappearance, Michael was wearing a light blue Minecraft t-shirt, dark blue boxer shorts, and flip-flops. He was seen between 6:40 and 7 p.m. near Southwest 8th Street and Arizona Avenue. Michael is a white male with blonde hair and blue eyes, standing approximately 3'7" tall and weighing between 40 to 50 pounds. He is currently classified as a non-family abduction case. As of today, Michael is 9 years old and his whereabouts remain unknown. The disappearance of a child leaves behind far more than unanswered questions. It leaves emotional scars, silent grief, and the daily ache of absence for those who love him most. Michael's family continues to endure this tragedy with strength, dignity, and hope, never giving up the belief that he can still be brought home. The search for Michael remains active. A $53,000 reward is offered for information leading to his recovery or resolution of the case. If you have any information, no matter how small it may seem, please take action. Call or text 208 343 COPS or email findmichael@fruitland.org. Please share Michael's story, keep his face visible, continue asking the hard questions because every child deserves to be found, and Michael Joseph Vaughan deserves to come home.
The search for Michael will not stop until he's found, and the search remains very active. As I've said to the public, the effort may look a little bit different from time to time, but those of us in law enforcement leading the search and the investigation, Michael's on the top of our mind. He's our top priority, and finding him is an intense daily part of our lives.
Is my childhood neighborhood. That's where I spent my childhood years. My children are growing up here, and my law enforcement partners are mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, and friends of children that are just like Michael. So you need to believe me when I tell you that we are all in.
Please, please, bring Michael home, please, please, please.
He's beyond missed and beyond loved, and we need him. We need him.
He's coming home, and we're waiting for him. We're all waiting for him. Every single one of us are waiting for him, and we are going to bring him home.
Please keep sharing Michael's beautiful face. We need these suspects to talk, and they are suspects. And please continue to support law enforcement. They're doing an incredible job. They're not stopping. They made me a promise just like I made Michael a promise. So please support them as well and our community. Keep them all in your thoughts and prayers as well, please.
Long, thorough investigation. The family is not a focus of our investigation at this point. They are continuing to fully cooperate with us. Today, as members of this community, we continue to agonize with the family.
We want to thank all of you, all of the officers, all of the agencies. You guys have keep working so hard, and we're gonna get him home. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna find him. Because somebody has to know something. Somebody has to have seen something.
You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop.
He's coming home.
The Fruitland Police Department urges anyone with information to come forward. If you know anything, call or text 208-343-COPS or email findmichael@fruitland.org. Every piece of information matters. Michael deserves to be found. The Roundtable presents Spotlight on the Vanished. Real stories, real children. Gone in minutes. The mystery of Leanna Warner still casts a long shadow over Chisholm. Chisholm, Minnesota. More than 2 decades have passed since 5-year-old Leanna Susan Marie Warner vanished without a trace from the streets of Chisholm, Minnesota. Today, she would be 27 years old. The question that has haunted this Iron Range town for more than 22 years remains heartbreaking. What happened to Leanna? On June 14th, 2003, a quiet summer Saturday, Leanna returned home from a community rummage sale with her mother, Kaylin Warner. Though encouraged to rest, the spirited kindergartner pleaded to visit a nearby friend. At 4:30 p.m., she left on foot, barefoot, wearing a denim dress, a single garnet earring, and carrying nothing but childlike excitement. The friend wasn't home, so Leanna turned back. Witnesses later spotted her walking west along Southwest 2nd or 3rd Street between 5 p.m. and 5:15 p.m. Then she vanished.
This house, now boarded up on 2nd Street in Chisholm, is where he raised his daughter Leanna.
What's your name? Leanna.
The little 5-year-old, nicknamed Beaner, on a late Saturday afternoon in June 2003, walked down the alley to knock on a friend's door, but no one was home.
There was another gentleman that lived here, and he actually saw her come make it up this far. So, and then after that, that's where we lost her. So
that was the last known moment Leanna was ever seen.
Beaner, come home. We miss you. We're not going to stop looking for you. We're not going to sleep until we find you.
That desperate plea went unanswered, as seemingly everyone in the town of 5,000 people looked for Leanna.
We're relatively confident that she's not anywhere in that 5-mile radius around Chisholm, just based on the thoroughness of our search.
Authorities then figured Leanna must have been kidnapped. The crime seemed impossible in a city this size, just 2 blocks from Chisholm's idyllic downtown. But there were thousands of visitors that night for a concert in Motorcycle Run. Leanna's footprints found near Chisholm's Lake turned out to be from another day. Partially draining the lake, found nothing. Authorities questioned several people, including a 24-year-old who lived down the street, whom they charged with child porn.
All the agencies that worked on the case would like to have followed up with Matt to try to determine what, if any, involvement he had, but unfortunately that ended when he took his own life.
Was that the best lead that ever came forward?
In my opinion, yeah.
Chisholm police are keeping the case open. They're looking into tips, but they still haven't received that major break.
A real good, specific lead is what we would need today.
As the 15th anniversary of her disappearance nears, Beaner would be 20 if she's alive today. Her dad still believes she is.
we just got to keep pushing and trying. Somebody's got to know something. So sooner or later, they'll get tired of hearing me and they'll crack. 'Cause I ain't backing off. So I ain't quitting. So.
In Chisholm, Lou Ragoose, KARE 11 News.
Anyone with tips on Leanna Warner's disappearance should contact Chisholm Police. We have that number with the story.
When Leanna failed to return by 5:30 p.m., Caitlin began knocking on doors and calling out her name, enlisting neighborhood children in a desperate search. By nightfall, with no sign of her daughter, she called the police. What followed was one of the largest searches in this region's history. Helicopters, bloodhounds, and hundreds of volunteers combed alleys, fields, and even abandoned mine shafts. Her scent trail ended abruptly at the roadside, raising fears of an abduction. Over the following days, officers drained Long Year Lake, scoured wooded terrain, and conducted door-to-door interviews. Despite over 1,700 tips, not a single piece of confirmed evidence has surfaced. Leanna stood just over 3 feet tall, weighing 48 pounds, with shoulder-length bob of dark brown hair and large brown eyes. She had a mole above her left ankle and a dimple on her left shoulder, details her family clings to even now. Nicknamed Beamer, she was fearless and curious, known for wandering off in search of adventure. Her disappearance, however, was out of character and unexplainable. The police never ruled the case a kidnapping. The abrupt disappearance strongly suggested foul play. One early lead focused on Matthew James Curtis, a 24-year-old local man arrested 2 months later for child pornography. He was questioned repeatedly, and his vehicle was tested for evidence. But no connection to Leanna was ever found. Curtis died by suicide in September 2003, just 1 day before a scheduled court appearance. In addition, several unidentified individuals and vehicles were reported near the scene. A man in his 30s with a sun or star tattoo, a bald African American in a maroon and blue Cadillac, and a Caucasian man with curly black hair, driving a rusty brown pickup. None were ever identified. Weeks before Leanna vanished, she showed signs of distress. Parents said she arrived home one day with a stash of Barbie dolls they had never seen before, allegedly given to her by a little old lady. Another day, she packed a suitcase and told her family she was going to live with her new family. She even began sleeping in her closet, claiming she was afraid of the monsters. Investigators explored the possibility that someone had been grooming the child, but found no conclusive evidence to pursue that lead. Leanna's parents, Caitlin and Christopher Warner, were not suspects, and authorities have never suggested they were involved. The couple had recently moved to Chisholm from Wisconsin, seeking a quieter life after their daughter's disappearance. They eventually left town, unable to bear the memories. Speaking on the 22-year mark of the case, Chisholm Police Chief James Bunkert reaffirmed that the investigation remains open and active. We continue to follow every credible lead, he said. We are leveraging new technologies in DNA and digital forensics. While we haven't had a breakthrough, we are far from giving up. The National Center of Missing and Exploited Children has released age progression images showing what Leanna might look like today as a young adult. Her story has been featured on America's Most Wanted, the People magazine, and true crime podcasts like True Crime Garage. Have information? Speak up. If you know anything about the disappearance of Leanna Warner, no matter how insignificant it may seem, authorities urge you to come forward. Please call Chisholm Police Department at 218-254-7915 or the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678, or submit an online tip at www.missingkids.org. A town waits. A family grieves. A little girl is still missing. 22 years later, echoes of that summer evening in Chisholm still cry out for answers. Hope, that's why we're here.